If I can keep everything from just like cascading off of my vanity and onto the floor, that would be a great thing. Hello, my delicious darlings. I'm feeling sassy today. Welcome back to Pavonine Studios Beauty and Art. My name is Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to jump right into it because I gotta get out of here and go do some errands and stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and film this. I'm going to be doing some kind of look today using two of the Juvia's mini palettes. So I have the Berries palette and the Mauves palette here. And mostly I just have both of them together here because I wanted a couple of a little bit lighter colors for my crease. And so I think that I am just going to dive right in. I do already have my eyes primed, and I am going to grab a fluffy brush and I am going to start with one of the colors from the Mauves palette, and we are gonna see how this goes. And I don't know that I'm gonna do a lot of chit-chatting today, but I might. You never know. Sometimes you can't shut me up, and other times I don't say a word. That's the Gemini in me, I think. Well, that first color seems nice. I did use one of the colors from the Chocolates palette in the video that I filmed yesterday that will be going up soon. I'll try to remember to link that in the card above or down below or somewhere, because it will be up before this look. I'm going to grab a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to go into one of the one of the colors from the Berries palette. I've just been puttering around my house trying to tidy and pick up and, you know, that kind of thing this morning. And I laid in bed last night trying to decide if I wanted to film this look or not. Went over in my head what I wanted to do. And actually I'd kind of planned on doing some kind of blue-green look, but I changed my mind. So that's nice. One of the things that I have to do today is go to Sephora and return a foundation that I purchased, that I ordered online, and I ordered two shades, and the first shade that I opened was good, and it's the Givenchy Teint Couture City Balm. I did a video using this and I'll link that above too. Okay, I'm gonna grab a if I can keep everything from just like cascading off of my vanity and onto the floor, that would be a great thing. So I'm going to grab a little bit smaller brush and I am going to go into another one of the Berries colors. Anyway, I'm trying to plan in my mind what I need to do and potentially get at the mall / Sephora, because if I don't have some kind of plan, I go in those places and I want all the things. But I do want to return that foundation and you know, look around a little bit. Oh, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay, so that's pretty. That's not quite as dark as I thought it might be. So I'm going to go into the very darkest color. And we're gonna focus this on the outside here. So that's nice. That's also not quite as intense as I thought it might be. That's a synthetic brush, so I'm gonna grab a natural hairbrush, and this isn't really clean, but it's got a similar color on it, so we're gonna go with it. Yeah, these are nice. They're, I guess in a way, they're not quite as I don't know, intense. I mean, they're pigmented, but they're not super intense, which is, you know, that's okay. It gives you a little bit more control. I'm going back into that first shade to kind of blend out that edge in that big sort of fluffy brush. And then go back in with that other brush and kind of re-darken. That's not a word. Oh, sure it is. I just made it up. So yeah, that's pretty. Now comes the difficult part, and that is trying to figure out which of the many pretty shimmer shades in here I want to use. I think I'm going to use one of the ones from the Berries palette. And wow, those are really, really pretty. I think I'm going to go in with this color. It's not that much different in shade or tone, but you can always go back in with one of the with the light pink sort of sparkle color from the Mauves palette. I wonder what these ones that's pretty. That's really intense. These ones that have like this, they're like a matte and they've got like the little sparkles in them. I don't know. They never seem to, like, the sparkle never seems to show up on the lid. I'm just gonna go in with my finger and see how it goes. That's pretty. I'm gonna take a brush though, like a flat shader brush, I think, if I can find one. I'm gonna go into that color with a shader brush, and I'm gonna spray my brush a little bit and see if I can even intensify that more and maybe have just a touch more control over where I put this. I need to get some more shader brushes because I feel like all the ones that I have are kind of crappy. What do we think? I think I'm going to go into that darker one that I showed you before, and I'm just going to kind of put that right where the color I just did meets that outside corner. Why am I still holding that? So that's nice. I am going to find a tiny little brush and I am going to go, I think, back into this color. Wipe that off a little bit and go back into that dark color. So a lot of YouTubers edit out a lot of their blending and stuff, and I do too, but I do tend to leave it in but speed it up so that you hopefully get a little bit better idea of how long this kind of thing actually takes, because it doesn't just take, you know, a minute and a half. It takes a little while to get things blended and looking the way that you want them to. But I also understand that people don't want to watch something that takes 10 minutes in real time, so I'm trying to bridge the gap there a little bit. So that's pretty. I like that. I think I'm gonna leave it there. So far so good. Those are both nice palettes. I'm gonna clean up a little bit under my eyes. Fallout mostly from that darkest shade, I think. So So yeah, those are really nice. I'm kind of excited to play with the other ones as well. There were 7 in the bundle, and so I have those 2, the chocolates one that I used yesterday, the sweet pinks, the taupes, the nudes, and the violets. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people really like the violets. These are cooler toned than I typically lean towards. I tend to be more of a warm color kind of girl, but I will definitely play with those. It'll be interesting to see if they come out with like a blue one and a green one and maybe like a yellow orange one. That would be cool. I would like that. But one of the reasons that I wanted to do kind of a berry colored eye today is that I picked up this new to me color of the Maybelline Cheek Heat. And this is the color 10 Rose Brulee, and it's kind of a lavendery, not lavender because I don't look good in lavender. It's like the one color that every time I put it on I look like a corpse, and not in a good way. I am going to go ahead and line and do my wing, do my lashes, my mascara, all that stuff, and I will be back and give you some final thoughts on these palettes. Hi guys, I'm back and have the rest of my face on. I'm going to quickly share with you the other stuff that I put on my face. So for foundation, I use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and I use the color Light 60N. My jury's kind of out on this foundation. I don't love it, although I couldn't tell you exactly why. It's like, it almost seems like it looks a little heavy without having the coverage that you expect something that looks heavy to have, if that makes sense. But I'm going to keep trying it and combine it with some other things, see what I can do. I use the cream bronzer from Fenty in the shade Butter Biscuit. I went ahead and used that Maybelline Cheek Heat, and I don't love it. I like the other colors better. This one just didn't quite have the punch, and I felt like by the time I worked it into my cheeks and stuff, it was starting to lift off my bronzer and my foundation and stuff, so I don't want that. For highlight, I used Benefit's Tickle. I did my wing with the Inglot eyeliner in color 83, which is the purple one, and I like the eyeliner fine. I just wish I had a different color. I wish I had like a burgundy color, because it's a little cool tone for this eye look, but you know, whatever. So when I did that, I decided I was going to go underneath with kind of a caramel color. So on my waterline, my lower waterline, I use the Power Pencil in Teal from BH Cosmetics, and this is a surprisingly nice discovery for me, and I don't know, it seems like it stays on really well, especially if you like put it on and wait for a few minutes and then put another coat on. It seems like it stays really nicely, which is a challenge in the waterline to get anything to stay, in my opinion. So I think for my lashes, I have on the Ardell Naked Lashes in 422. I didn't want anything too heavy because I don't have a super dark outer corner here, which leads me to my thoughts on the eyeshadow palettes. So these are really, really pretty. Let me grab them here. So these are really pretty, but I do wish that, especially in the berries palette, that this color was a little bit more, just a little bit more. It's, you know, I mean, it swatches pretty nice, but I just wish it was a tiny bit darker. But that's just me. It has nothing to do with the formula or anything like that. It's just one of those things that I wish it was just a touch darker. And the Mauves palette, I have not used any of the colors in here except for this one right here. And it was pretty. It was like the first color that I put on. I'm kind of excited about trying this, but I think that it's probably going to be kind of like the Berries palette, where the dark color swatch is pretty nice, but then it doesn't really have the payoff that I'd like. Again, nothing to do with the formula, I don't think. More to do with just me wishing that it was a little darker, because I like to have a well-rounded palette should have a variety of tones. So it should have, you know, lights and mediums and darks, so that you can take those 3 tones and blend them together as you need to, and you can pick up, you know, 2 colors on your brush at the same time, that kind of stuff. That's where you get the mixtures and stuff like that. So rather than trying to have everything in a palette, I think it's better to have a light, a medium, and a dark, and then you can mix the light and medium to get something in between, or the medium and the dark to get something in between, but you're not wishing that you had a darker color or a lighter color or whatever. But I think that was everything on my face today. Oh, my lips are just like a combination of about 16 different things, because I couldn't decide what I wanted. And really, what difference does it make, because you have to wear a mask anyway, so it all either comes off or you take it off. But that's the world we live in right now. But I am liking my eye look a lot. I am especially appreciative of the shimmer color that I did on my lid. I really like that one. And I think that I am going to leave it there. If anything dramatic happens, any kind of creasing or anything like that, I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, which is not a favorite in a way, but it does seem to work. I hope you enjoyed this, hopefully what ends up being a short little look tutorial kind of thing with the Juvia's Place palettes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring that bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!